Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Fall Guys. A few days ago, there was a very limited time event. This one's come up a few times before. It's volleyball, or volleyfall as they call it in the game, and things didn't go quite as planned. As you can see, this is genuinely the first one I played. It put me straight in a final, instantly. And I should probably let you know that I am very bad at volleyball as a level in Fall Guys. I've not played it very much. It never seems to come up for me very often. I never tried this volleyball event before because I knew it was bad. So you're going to see two things in this video. One, you're going to see me try and learn how to play this and become better. And two, you're going to see a lot of weird things happen which eventually lead to the game mode being removed, at least for the time being. Now, one of the main reasons I decided to play this was that they've actually buffed the rewards. It's now a full crown for a win. But it's not meant to start on a final. That was the first error that we've seen here. What's the next one gonna be? Okay, so we start. We're into the next volleyball game. Wait. There's no opponent. I don't have an opponent, so I just automatically qualify. But, okay. How many people is that gonna take us down to? From 14 to 7. Which means you know what's gonna happen. That's right, it's a final again! So there's loads of players left, but it's still a final. A final in this game mode is meant to be when it gets down to the last two players. You're supposed to have a really difficult, challenging game of volleyball against the other person that's made it through all of the others. There's supposed to be 4 rounds in total, if it starts with 16 players. Now this is where things started to go wrong for the game, because if the game starts with 15 players, it goes straight to a final. If someone disconnects, the next round's going to be a final. It's all very weird. Try as I might, I just wasn't doing very well at volleyball. It's definitely a learning curve. This is like a training montage of me learning how to play it. As you can see, I was truly terrible. I didn't know where to stand, I didn't know what to do with it. Maybe this round will go a little bit better. There's something about the physics of the ball that I just didn't understand. I've got more of a feel for it now. A little bit. And then stuff like this happens, like what? How am I supposed to defend against this strange behaviour? But over time, I progressed. I kept with it. As terrible as I was slowly improving here. And then you might notice, where is the ball? There it is. Just hanging on in there. So as soon as I take a lead in the points, something really weird and cursed happens again. Might as well just sit and reflect on that, mightn't we? And then I got disconnected. So far, I've either got lucky and just been put straight in a final against an equally poor player, or very odd things have happened. He knows he's won. I better not go against him. It's the final round. It shouldn't be the final, but it is. Oh, look who I'm against. I'm against SpongeBob. Oh no. Whoop. Okay. Slight improvements happening still in this game. It really took me a long time to get a feel for this, as you can see. Oh dear. I realised I was standing a bit too far back when I was going for the serve. So I narrowly lose that one, but it's an improvement. I'm getting better. I've been scoring some points. Look at that, what a serve. This is the kind of opponent I need so that I can practice. Yeah. Poor little bean. I'm sorry. I had to do it to you. It was all in the name of practice. Who have we got next up here? How skilled is this individual? Not skilled enough to beat me, so that's the second round qualified. We're into the third round here, against a nutcracker skin. And look at me go! I'm hitting that ball. I'm actually getting it over the net. I'm actually getting a tie in the third round here. That means this person has beat 2 other players as well. It means they know what they're doing. And for my first time, I get into overtime, and I manage to take the victory, which puts us into my first ever volleyball actual final against the other person that has won 3 bouts of the cursed ball game. And I instantly choke and let them score against me. Oh dear, can I get a good serve here? The practice has been paying off, I managed to get it. And my opponent also chokes. It's still a draw. But not for long. They managed to beat me by 2 points. Obviously then they can just stall at the end here, just keeping the ball on their side. So I lose my first proper final. But then the next round just puts me straight into a final anyway, so, you know, these kind of things do happen. What's this player going to be like? Are they going to be an absolute machine at the game? Will I get disconnected? Will the ball freeze in midair? Will everything go completely as planned? I keep the ball in the air for ages. I'm still winning. I'm winning a little bit more. Could this be another victory? But they're still yet to score against me. Oh, I have to do a few belly flops there. It's 3-0. And then my opponent disconnects. They've given up. They don't think they can win, and this happens. I don't just immediately get handed the win. I have to sit in the corner and watch the balls fall for the entire rest of the duration. I still win though, so that's something. This has got to be the most bugged show I've played, and I love this game, but what? 1 round, and it's a nice little crown. Is anyone gonna watch this video? Does anyone really want to see terrible volleyball gameplay? Of course you do. Trust me, it gets better. It really does. If you're still here, thanks very much. Also, make sure you've watched the drum video that was my previous one, because it's amazing. And not many of you saw it. I don't know if it's YouTube not showing it to people because it's different, or if it's because actually none of you are even interested in watching it. Who can tell at this point? Probably none of you will watch this volleyball one. But look, I qualified against an ice cream! That's what you're here for, isn't it? Into the next round here. And look, I get a perfect serve from the start! But unfortunately my opponent also knows how to play the game. Terrible shame when that happens, really, isn't it? I'm doing pretty good. I think it's fair to say I've definitely been improving as this one's been going on. Look at me go! Getting a forceful dive there, but it's still 0-0, so it's a close one. My opponent really does seem to know what they're doing. The physics are very odd in this. Like, it seems your beam can just randomly fall over sometimes when you hit the ball. Must be a certain angle thing. Look, I got a point! And that was a super close one. As you can see, it's 2-1 as the timer runs out there. And I'm into the final again. Can I finally win in an actual legitimate final against someone else who's beaten 3 players? Let's see what happens. So far it's going very well. A 2-0 score. Dare I say it, this player wasn't as good as my previous 1v1. Not much time left. Or they finally score one in the last few seconds, but it's not enough for them. I decide to take a seat, because I know I finally won my first legitimate volleyball final against another volleyball professional. Oh look, it's only starting with 15 players, which means instant final. Could this be a nice easy crown for me? I don't think so. Have you seen my opponent? They're half gold knight, half gold dragon. This person has at least, what, 3,500 crowns, I think? I'm getting close to 2,000. Will I be able to hold my own against them? With all this practice? Will it pay off? Let's see. It just keeps on going, and no one scores. Just going and going. Have I finally become as good as a gold knight at volleyball? Will anyone ever score? And there it is. In diving, I mess myself up. I allow the ball to hit the floor on my side. And I already know how good the other guy is. I know that they're not going to concede a point. But at least my skill has massively improved. 1-0 against a half-gold dragon is very respectable, I'd imagine, in this game. and it shows how far I've come since the beginning of this episode. So we're into our next one here. The first round's going pretty well. The other guy does not score once, so I think I get a 12-0, and then weirdly it puts me straight in the final again. How does this go? This guy was not much of a challenge. They're pretty good actually, they're pretty competent. But not quite enough. Weirdly, after I scored twice, they just kind of gave up. And they never moved again. It was a very nice crown for me, this one. Very nice. And as you can see, just 2 rounds. Weird. And the next round, I don't have an opponent, so I instantly qualify. So I get to spectate the other players, and I'm wary of this guy, thinking I hope I don't have to go against him. So how good is this being possibly going to be? Are they going to be a match for my newfound abilities? Yep. Oh, look how much I've improved. If that was earlier in the video, that would have been straight on the ground. But I managed to not only get it over, but score a point. 1-0. Look how much I've improved by just not giving up. We'll not talk about that point. This guy wasn't bad. But I was just a little bit better. Jumping for joy. This is round 3. The semi-final. Means my opponent has beaten 2 beans to get to this point. Will they be a match? Will I be able to make it to the final again? For the last time in this video. But I'm still lacking control at points in this game. But then we see the score, and I'm pretty sure, as long as I don't make too many mistakes, that I'll be in the final. And who will I be against? I wonder. Let's take a look. Oh dear. It's the guy I was spectating. I'm worried about this guy. It looked like he had some good skills when I was watching. Will they be a worthy adversary? They have an interesting strategy in this one, in that a lot of the time they don't actually jump. They just let the ball hit themselves on the head. It's a weird one. I haven't tried it, and I didn't even notice it until I was watching this back. But yeah, a lot of the time they just let it bounce off the head. But by this time in the recording, I'd built up some pretty decent ball skills with the old volleyball ball here. And it even taught me that I actually was starting to like this level. I was enjoying this game mode. Now I'd realised how to play it. For all of its randomness, the bugs and some of the glitches, there was something very endearing about this level, this game mode. And I almost kind of missed the fact that it didn't come up very often. Now I know there aren't many 1v1 modes in this game. I think the only other one is actually button bashes, which a lot of people really don't like, but I really do like. I feel like 1v1 modes can actually work very well in this game. And now I'd improved drastically at this. I was really enjoying it. These duels were very tense. And I couldn't believe it. My skills and practice had reached a peak and really paid off. I was finally able to beat a great player in the final, a true final, after 4 rounds. Well, I hope you've enjoyed seeing my progress from absolute volleyball noob to, dare I say it, moderate professional, and some of the most cursed gameplay this game has to offer. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and like and comment. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.